Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today on the program Healthy Living. Amadisuwa Osa Uwage. It is no longer news that diphtheria have been detected in Nigeria, affecting 21 out of the 36 states in the FCT. In December 2022, the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, was notified of suspected diphtheria. And in some states, that is in Kano and then Lagos. And from that time till now, the country have recorded like over 800 cases of diphtheria and then over 90 deaths already. And we're quite concerned, regardless of the fact that it has not gone round the states already in the country, but we do not want that to happen. That is why we're trying to enlighten you today on what this disease is. Is it treatable? Is it not treatable? Is it vaccinable? Exactly what can we do to prevent it? Because we don't want it to spread. All right, if it is nip in the bud, then a lot of good things will happen. So joining me today is a medical doctor, is Dr. Jolly Nosa Iguma, MD, Janos Medical Center here in Benin City. It's a pleasure to have you join us today, Dr. Jolly. He's been in well.
Yes, certainly.
All right, Dr. Jolly, we're looking at diphtheria. It's in Nigeria and it's no news. It's already in Kano, some suspected cases in Osun, Lagos, and another state like that. So I can't really place that state now. And we don't want it to spread. If it can be contained like that, I think it will be good. So what is diphtheria for the purpose of the enlightenment campaign that we are doing now?
Diphtheria is a vaccine preventable disease that is caused by Corynebacterium diphtheriae. It is a bacterial organism that is gram-positive and rod-like in shape. It's a notifiable disease. That is to say that it's a disease that we have to put in surveillance. If anybody suffers or manifests the symptom of this diphtheria, it has to be reported to the Ministry of Health so that proper measure will have to be put in place. Diphtheria once was a pandemic disease, just like the way we have the COVID-19. It was a disease that was ravaging the world, and because of expert intervention, that is vaccination, that came into practice, the diphtheria was demystified and the number of cases reduced, and it's now becoming like an endemic disease in developing world. Considering the fact that the disease is now found in areas where there is poor vaccination, where there are overcrowding, where there are poor sanitation. And for anybody with a reported case, the caregiver who also give treatment to those caregivers also have a tendency to also get contracted. But however, it's a disease that is preventable through vaccination, and it's a bacterial cause.
Okay, having said that, doctor, why do we now have so many cases, over 80 deaths already, if it's preventable, if it's vaccinated? One would want to ask, why do we still have all of this? With vaccines everywhere, we shouldn't be recording, if at all we must have diphtheria in our society, it shouldn't be that much.
Yes, according to Center for Disease Control in Nigeria, we got to know that for the very just now, 2,455 suspected cases
already
was reported from 24 states. And of this figure, 836 cases were confirmed. Kano came highest with 819 cases, followed by Lagos, Kebbi, Katsina. Then we still have cases reported in Cross River, even FCT. There is this, what we call missed opportunity. Some persons don't really know the importance of immunization.
Okay. That's immunization and birth now.
That is the target for this diphtheria. As I said earlier on, it was once a pandemic that was ravaging the world. And when some persons are not vaccinated, when mothers don't present their babies for vaccination, for that pentavalent vaccine that is given during the childhood, is already a missed opportunity. And the immunity against this disease condition will not be there. So making them to be prone or to be exposed to this diphtheria. And not only that, we also got to know that in areas where there are poor sanitation, as I said earlier on, where there are overcrowding, for as much as there's a reported case, is bound to spread. Because it's a communicable disease.
Exactly.
That, of course, it's a two-form. We have two forms of the diphtheria. We have what we call the classical respiratory diphtheria, which affects the nose and the throat. That is the tonsil, the larynx, the pharynx. And also we have the one that is called the cutaneous diphtheria, which affects the skin. Of course, the one that is the
one that attacks
the respiratory, that is the one that is most virulent, considering the fact that it's an airborne disease. For somebody that sneezes, the toxins,
droplets everywhere.
Yes, the droplets from the cough, from the, even using the same cup to drink water, it's a miss for somebody to, get contracted with it. So these are, measures put in place. But however, for those who are vaccinated, like in Kano, where we have the highest cases, though we just have 80 deaths, from the 819 cases, in Kano.
That's huge.
Yes, of course.
That's huge. 80.
Because statistics have shown that for persons that come down with this diphtheria disease condition, 5 to 10% will die within 10 days to 2 weeks.
This is there is strong awareness in Nigeria, not just the states, in Nigeria as a whole, when it comes to the issue of immunization. There are enlightenment jingles on radio, on television, all of that. Yet people have refused to take that advantage and then miss out, just like you said. It hurts to note that even as we speak today, some persons in some area do not like to vaccinate their children at birth. You remember the COVID era where quite a number of persons refused to take the vaccines?
Yes.
Now, just vaccinate your kids. And I know that it is free, yet people would not do that. Is there anything you think we should do as individuals, as government, both at state and government and federal level, to at least sensitize and sanitize people on the need, particularly mothers, on the need to immunize their children at birth?
Cultural belief and poor sensitization, education, has actually contributed to this problem. Ignorance and lack of awareness. Of course, the government has a role to play through the National Orientation Agency. You just imagine somebody just believing that giving immunization to a child will cause the child to be barren, not to be fertile. As a way of, they believe that it's just a government strategy to reduce population. So because of that, I will not carry my child to any center. Maybe because of the fact that it's free. Because they believe that whatever that is free, there's something negative attached to it. So if you look at the area where those things are being reported, you understand that these are, shambles where you have, people that live in slum and the like, not the well-oriented area of the state.
Even amongst the educated and so-called elite, we still have some persons who have this belief.
Yes, religious belief too, to say, no, I will not take it, because they believe that it's even a treatment. Some religious believe, they believe that you don't take medicine, that you don't take drugs, let alone when the child is not sick, you are expected to carry the child to say immunization.
Yes.
Oh no, they detest it. They will say no, I will not present. So all these are the the effects of not immunizing. If not, it's actually a vaccine preventable disease.
Okay, let's look at the signs and symptoms for the purpose of this program now.
Yes, like we said earlier on, there are two types of the diphtheria: the classical respiratory diphtheria and the cutaneous type. For the classical respiratory diphtheria, it affects the throat and the nose.
Okay.
And the symptom that is manifested includes fever, because it's an inflammation.
Okay.
And we have runny nose, as the person will have to, have catarrh that is offensive or even sometimes bloody, as the case may be.
Okay.
The person will cough too. What we call the cough, difficulty in coughing. And the cough will be bad, or worse rather, if there is a pseudo membrane that covers the tonsil.
Okay.
Or
that's at the back of the throat.
Yes, at the back, exactly. That is actually where the name came from. That is how this French scientist, Pierre, came with that name.
Diphtheria.
The diphtheria, which means wash leather.
Okay.
So other than that, there is also painful swallowing or the sore throat as a symptom. The person will also come down with red eyes or conjunctivitis. The person might also come down with, swollen neck, what we call the bull neck, as the case may be. So those are the symptoms of the classical respiratory diphtheria. But for the cutaneous type, the person might come down with, bruises in form of an ulceration, an injury on the skin that tend to mimic an eczema. And coming in contact with such a person that has it, automatically somebody gets contracted with it. Wow. Or maybe the droplets from somebody that has a classical respiratory form, the droplets from the respiratory, from the nose, from the cough. These are means of transmission of the disease. Oh,
fantastic. You know that, surprisingly, yesterday I saw somebody, I was trying to get Phil to come to work, and there was this guy who was just blowing his nose indiscriminately, and then this diphtheria came to my mind. I said, how can this guy do this kind of a thing? He was just like, and then he was working with somebody, they were talking, and after a while, he was just like that. No hanky, he forgot about the elbow thing. During COVID-19, a lot of measures were put in place, even though some persons refused to adhere. But now, I think after COVID, we should not let our guards down. But unfortunately, that is what is happening now. No face masks anywhere. People just sneeze anywhere. People just blow their nose, cough, and then spit out the sputum everywhere you go to. I'm particularly scared because human beings, we travel a lot. We mix amongst each other. Somebody could just go to Kano, or somebody from Kano can come to Benin or anywhere else, or to your village, and then you go to the village, and unfortunately, you may just be a victim. Let's look at preventive measures now.
Yes, one way of preventing the diphtheria is to ensure that children are well vaccinated. Government have put measures in place to ensure that pentavalent vaccine are given to children freely
at birth,
at the age of 6 weeks, at 10 weeks, and 14 weeks. They will get 3 doses.
3 doses.
And you are protected up to like 10 years, after which you can take a booster dose.
Okay.
And you see, it's a thing that everybody is supposed to get freely, and you don't pay for it. That is one way of preventing the disease. Not only that, there must be general, health promotion through proper sanitation, because it's a disease that is found in overcrowded environments, dirty environments. When we're able to put this in measure, of course, we can be able to do away with the diphtheria. Just like it used to be a pandemic, just like the way we have the COVID-19, the Ebola, but through vaccination and through good sanitary measures, it has been demystified,
okay.
But still restricted to developing areas like Nigeria and other developing world.
Like, do you think we should be scared here in Edo State?
Yes, considering the fact that neighboring states like Cross River, Oshun, yes, they have reported cases there. So there will be a need for us to put in surveillance people that come down with this symptom, which include the runny nose. And the runny nose is usually offensive or even bloody, as the case may be. Cough, sore throat, the fever, neck swelling.
Neck swelling, okay.
Yes. Because diphtheria, as it is, other than the symptoms, there are also complications. As I said earlier on, 5 to 10% of persons that come down with diphtheria, they will die.
They will die.
Yes. It's, funny enough, it's a killer disease, and it's a communicable disease, contagious, and spread very fast. And even quite a number of persons that are able to survive this diphtheria will come down with a complication, life complication. Some of them, of course, we have heart complications, what we call arrhythmias or, cardiac failure. As
so it's something that everybody should really be serious about.
Yes, exactly. 75% of patients who are able to survive, this diphtheria, they will come down with, heart complication. Not only that, 25% we also even come down with a central nervous system condition like peripheral neuropathy, which is a sensational problem.
All of them.
And not only that, some persons who will develop the pseudomembrane, which is the covering, the thick exotoxin covering of the tonsil or the back of the throat. Some persons might even undergo some surgical measures, what we call the tracheotomy or tracheostomy, as the case may be. So it's actually a thing that we have to put, in surveillance to ensure that any person that comes down with with this disease condition, we have to be isolated to avoid spread to other persons.
All right, you're watching the program Healthy Living on ITV. Let's see if we can do a call or two before we wrap up, because this diphtheria is very dangerous, like doctor have described. Even if one survives it, there are complications that comes with it. So it's not a win-win thing. It's something that you and I have to be serious about. Those of us who do things indiscriminately, like you cough, you sneeze, you spread droplets, I think we have to stop, particularly if you know that you did not immunize your children at birth. I don't know why you would not immunize your children at birth when this immunization is free. You're getting free doses of immunization that will save your children from this diphtheria, tetanus, and whooping cough, hepatitis B, Haemophilus influenza type B, and lots more. You can actually save your children. So what I heard you say that the phone number is on your screen right away. So give us a call. Let's feel your pulse on this issue, because what most of us know how to do is fire brigade approach. People will not be proactive until there is a problem, and then you become reactive when it comes to the issue of health. Thank God Edo State was able to deal with the COVID-19. At least Edo was proactive to a very large extent. Let's be proactive again now, because this one, we just have to be very serious. So the number is right there on your screen. Give us a call. Let's fill your pulse. Okay, doctor, you did say that the vaccine at birth will last like 10 years.
Yes.
Then after 10 years, you can
Somebody
do
can take a booster dose.
Do we have the vaccines readily available?
Yes. All health centers dispense the vaccine freely.
Okay, go ahead, doctor.
There's no health center you will go to in Benin that you will not see the vaccine available.
Okay.
For as much as the child that is for newborn is at, is that age limit of, 6 weeks, the first dose, then 10 weeks and 14 weeks.
The second dose. The
second
and third dose.
Yes, the second and the third dose. Then you can take a booster at any age.
At any age that you want, you take a booster.
We still got to understand the fact that in Kano, where we have the highest confirmed cases,
yes.
More than 70% are children between the age of 2 to 14 years.
Okay.
So it's actually a disease of the children. You know, that is also that.
But adults are also coming down with it.
Adults cannot also be affected.
Adults are coming down with it.
Yes, in every case, children are mostly affected.
Okay. All right, the number is right there on your screen. Please give us a call. Let's fill your pulse. Let's see if we can take a call or two. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Ahmed from Gojobo. All right, Dr. Jolly is on the seat. Please ask him a question or two. Yes. Okay. That. Yes. So, okay, doctor.
Yes, the vaccine, as I said earlier on, is available in health centers. So even adults too can also take the vaccine freely.
Okay.
You know, for as much as you suspect getting exposed to the disease condition as the case may be.
Okay. All right, let's see if we can do one more call and wrap it up today on the program Healthy Living, and we are looking at diphtheria. It is dangerous. As sweet as it sounds, it's very dangerous. And doctor just said that even if you survive it, there are some complications that you have to live with, even surgery. All right, hello caller. Good afternoon. Okay, we missed that call. Let's see if we can do one more call and then wrap up. So here, a lot of persons may not want to go to health centers around them. Please try your best possible. Like the first caller said, adults move about, they move around. Who knows what can happen? Hello, caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, madam.
Okay, tell us your name and ask your question, please.
Okay, my name is Donatus. I'm calling from Medical Talk.
Okay, Donatus. Thank you for calling. Go ahead with your question, please.
I want to ask doctor if every specimen adult can come down with illness.
Of course, that's what we've been saying since.
Adults can come down with the same symptom, but children are affected more.
Particularly the ones that
those that are not vaccinated.
And parents should be blamed for that. I think this issue should be criminalized, where a parent refused. Some parents would just deliberately refuse. They would not want to take their children for immunization.
Cultural reason,
I'm sure such parents should be.
Poverty.
The hammer of the law should be brought upon such a parent so that you will learn. All right, the phone number is there 080 77770300. Give us a call. Let's fill your pulse on this issue. It's as dangerous as it sounds. And the federal government, state governments are doing their best to make sure that vaccines are provided. If you go to any government health center or big hospital, you will definitely get the vaccines there. You don't have to pay for it. It is free. Okay? Just do your child this favor. And if you're an adult, you can take a booster dose. Okay? Don't wait until it comes down on you. And before then, you can do some preventive measures. Please sneeze into your elbow or into a tissue that you can flush, not the one that you still drop around, no, that you can dispose properly. All right, let's do this phone call. Okay, I was about to pick this call and the caller disappeared from my reader. Let's see if we can have one more call and then wrap it. Okay, that's about all. We're having quite a number of calls jamming, and to continue with this conversation, please call us on 080-3472-1750, 080-3472-1750. Call us on that number and we will continue with this conversation because our time is up. Please do the needful and you will be healthy. Thank you, Dr. Jolly, for finding time to be with us today on the program Healthy Living. We'll do this again on Monday next week. Bye-bye.